So now it is that your girl's recording. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this next damn reaction, shall we? Hola Masama, shout outs to you, gang. The biggest frauds ever. We're gonna see what this is all about. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this next damn video, y'all. Let's do it. Hey, edit.
When looking at the discourse of many communities, you may often find someone calling a certain character or person a fraud. But what do people mean when they say this? Webster says a fraud is a person who is not what he or she pretends to be, or in other words, an imposter or a pretender. Now, in the right context, the word fraud is appropriate to use, but in many cases, the word is misused greatly. The word has been ran into the ground so much that it has lost a lot of its original meaning. Another example of this happening is the term crash out, where people have spammed it so much that the word is meaningless. In anime, cartoons, sports, movies, comics, etc., people are quick to call someone a fraud after losing a fight or a game when it is simply not justified. And you know, since I've been really negative in some of my recent videos, I wanted to switch it up a bit and take some time to dispel some of the fraud narratives around certain characters. So it's all positivity, man, no slander today, okay guys? The first example I want to bring up is the admirals from One Piece, as they feel like some of the most polarizing characters in the series. These guys are said to be the strongest fighters of the Marines and are shown to be some of the strongest characters in the entire series. However, fraud allegations are consistently attached to these guys' names, but quite frankly, I don't believe these allegations have much, if any, validity to them because the admirals have shown that their titles aren't capped. Well, besides those times where you get your face broken in by a 70-year-old man who can't even use hockey and has Ebola. My bad, no slander, no slander. A lot of the times we see the admirals fight, they do show that they can hang with their opponents fairly easily. Like when Kizaru clashed with Rayleigh.
I wouldn't, you know, that's a very interesting take to say it is that they were frauds. Because I wouldn't think that, but then again, I see y'all in the comments also trying to cook me for the fact that that I said that I didn't fully watch One Piece. But I know of the characters that I know of things that happens within the series. Most of it. All the filler stuff, you know, push that to the side, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to go through all the filler. But I would have thought it is that they could be able to keep up. But it doesn't surprise me that people call them a fraud. It doesn't surprise
keeping
me.
up with them without breaking too much of a sweat. And plus, this is Silver's Rayleigh we're talking about, the right hand to the Pirate King. Let's not downplay him like he's some fodder bum. Although he's old, we still have seen older characters putting in work. Even then, Rayleigh was low-key huffing and puffing during their skirmish, so who knows if this man even had enough stamina to keep fighting. A similar thought process can be applied to the Akainu and Whitebeard fight. It's not like Akainu died or got knocked out. He got back up and went back to work. Shoot, I'm not even saying that Whitebeard wasn't stronger than Akainu, but let's not act like these guys weren't trading blows throughout their fight. Another guy who be getting a lot of flack is Green Bull because he ran from Wano due to he who shan't be name's hockey. But people fail to mention that Green Bull was basically forced to run away from Wano because he was the only major hitter from the Marines there. What y'all want him to do? Engage with one of the emperors of the sea? You don't just go attacking Yonkos willy-nilly. They have too much influence, especially Shanks. He would have gotten jumped and people would still call him a fraud. It's best to just run away and spin back another day. And y'all must have known that I was bringing this guy up. The greatest and strongest swordsman in the world, Mihawk. Now whether you think this guy or Shanks is stronger really doesn't matter one bit in terms of the fraud allegations. The allegations only seem to be present because Mihawk has famously done nothing significant outside of the East Blue. This notion has caused many fans to become brain dead anytime this man pops up on screen. First off, let's get this straight. Mihawk does this pirate stuff for fun as he's already proven himself to be the strongest swordsman. So if you don't want to fight, he's not gonna fight. Oh, but Mihawk don't want to fight Emperor Crews, so he's fraud. I don't know why, but some people are really obsessed with the top tier solo squad and Yonko crews like they are not some of the strongest forces. Someone not willing to fight against the strongest armies by themselves does not make them a fraud. They're just not crazy. You don't gotta be some smoke demon to prove that you're a strong character or that you're worthy of your title. And if I really wanted to be boring, it's clear that Oda wants to hide a lot of these characters' max strength until we get to the final arc. So don't expect someone like Akainu to go all out against some randoms. And as for the painted blade, we all know that's a joke. They just haven't explained how you get a black blade and why it's so impressive. So for now, that meme will live on. I'm gonna give it a buck. I don't even want to talk about Dragon. This is what we've seen him do in the series.
Damn.
But it's not just One Piece that has a lot of false fraud allegations. These allegations are rampant in other series. There are people that unironically think that characters like Gojo, Yamamoto, and Rengoku are candidates for the biggest fraud in anime.
No.
Characters like Gojo, Yamamoto, and Rengoku.
No, I'm saying no to all three. You're gonna call them frauds? Don't piss me off. The biggest frauds? Don't piss me off. And may I add, I can't talk about this with Rengoku, but if y'all watch Demon Slayer, it is y'all know. Put some motherfucking respect on these three right here. Put some motherfucking respect on all three of them. Don't piss me off. Do not piss me off. Do not piss me off with this, y'all. Do not piss me off with this. I would love to personally know who said this to all three of these characters, bro. As I'm willing to debate on that. There's no way it is y'all saying these three is frauds. Right? Who said that? Like, no, oh, no. Babs, listen to this. Listen to this, bro.
In other series, there are people that unironically think that characters like Gojo, Yamamoto, and Rengoku are candidates for the biggest fraud in anime history. This
How? Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Do not piss me off, bro. Like, right? Are you mad? Like, how are they frauds, bro? And to see this, who's the biggest fraud in anime history? That is insane. The level of disrespect is nuts, bro.
This post is telling me that someone out there on God's green earth believes that Yamamoto's in the same class as Buggy the Clown when it comes to being fraudulent. Now, I know it's probably unfair to bring up one post and paint it as widespread opinion, but from my personal experience, I've seen enough people that actually think Yamamoto and Gojo are frauds for me to call it out. First off, why is Rengoku even here? What makes him—
Thank you! That's what I've been saying this entire time! Y'all, I keep saying this. I keep saying this, and I'm gonna say this again. Y'all don't be watching anime like that. Y'all don't. Because y'all come up with these bullshit questions like this, bro. There's no way. There's no way. Why is Rengoku even there on that list, bro? I'm reporting the video. This is making me mad. Rengoku? Who the hell? Like, the audacity. It's because people don't like Demon Slayer to be edgy. But my thing is like, because like, people, I see some Tanjiro disrespect, and I'm just like, the last thing it is, you're gonna be slandering my boy. You will not be slandering my boy Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and especially Rengoku. May I add, it is that fucking movie still makes me cry. Okay? You know what I'm saying? That shit still makes me cry still to this day, bro. What you not about to do is sit there and disrespect my boys. You're not about to do that. I'm sorry. I am sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I am sorry. This level of disrespect is disgusting. Like, who said this, bro?
Him a fraud, losing to an upper moon. Akaza is giving the works to basically every Hashira at this point in the story except Gyome. Anyone with upper rank 3 or higher will most likely need to get jumped. This man Rengoku didn't even have a mark. What did people expect him to do? Losing to a stronger opponent does not make you a fraud. Then the fact that people believe Yamamoto was a fraud is laughable. I alluded to talking about this in a previous video because I really wanted to talk about it. Anyways, when Yamamoto said there's no greater security than me, he wasn't necessarily joking or really lying. Besides Squad Zero, who wouldn't even interfere with anything outside of the Soul King Palace, Yamamoto was the strongest security for the Soul Society at that moment. Plus, these guys weren't doing nothing to Yamamoto. What does he need security for? And let's start setting a certain record straight. The whole point of Yamamoto being beaten by Yu-Hawk wasn't to show that he's weak or anything. It was to show that over the years, he became a stubborn old man. Yamamoto was never the smartest guy in the Soul Society or ever really open to new ideas for real. Man's never even got his arm healed. So him getting duped by Yu-Hawk because of the traits he's already shown throughout the series does not make him a pretender of some sort. His strength is still there. In fact, he probably would have defeated—
But I feel like it is, I feel like they need to give my man's respect, because like, how many people it is, at the level of age it is that he's at, still out here whooping ass. Like, I mean, yeah, like, he may not be the smartest, but it's just like, at least my boy can hold up, bro. It can at least still be an OG out here, bro. Like, come on, bro.
This version of Yu-Hawk if he had his Bankai. The clone version of Yu-Hawk, aka Royd Lloyd, was said by the creator himself to have about 70 to 80% of his strength, and we know that this is probably true because he boxed up Kenpachi with just his hands. And when Yamamoto popped his Bankai versus this guy, he was showing all of his moves to try to demoralize Yu-Hawk. This fight was not like Cell versus Goku during the Cell games. It was a beatdown. Yamamoto was trying to make a statement. So if Yamamoto folded 70% of Yu-Hawk with ease, he probably could beat him with the extra 30%. If you want an analogy, if I get smoked in the 200-meter race by like 10 seconds and I say, hey, oh, wait, I ain't have my spikes on, so I was only going about 75%. What the fuck is the extra 30% gonna do? I get smoked by 5 seconds instead, and I've gone into why Gojo isn't a fraud multiple times. Gonna spoil the manga a bit, so skip here to avoid that. Let's read this panel real quick. The strongest sorcerer in history versus the strongest sorcerer of today. Both these dudes claim to be the strongest, so they're seeing who can really own the title. So fighting someone who is dubbed the strongest sorcerer in history for 10 plus chapters and almost winning does not make you fraudulent. People act like Gojo said he'd win and start getting his tail whipped or something when the fight looked like it could have gone either way. And almost dying because someone tried to sneak you does not make you a fraud. If you don't like Gojo, just say that and keep it pushing.
There we go. There we go. I see a lot of Gojo like glaze, and then I see a lot of Gojo hate. And I never understood that. Now, mind you, when it comes down to the damn manga, y'all JJK fandom, fan base people, I had to say it is that I can't stand y'all. I cannot stand y'all, man. I got hit with a JJK spoiler at like random places that has nothing to do with anime. Has nothing to do with anime whatsoever. I'm just like, God damn it. And then I had to go ahead and see what's up with the manga. But yes, like to be fighting for nearly 10 chapters, bro. It's like, hey, if you could able to keep up with somebody to even fight that long, you're a lot stronger than what it is that you think. But to call my boy a fraud, yeah, nah. Don't do that. Not my Gojo.
I said previously, to be a fraud, you have to be deceiving others with an idea that portrays you as something that you are not. This definition isn't very applicable to every character under the sun. To have this definition apply to a character better, you'd have to be getting your butt whipped in a lot of fights you get into and have a name that suggests that you are.
So it's all positivity, man. No slander today, okay, guys?
If you want to go ahead and like, listen, hot take, but no hot take, but still hot take. You want to know who it is a fucking fraud? And the invincible, may I add, Mark. You fraudulent ass motherfucker, Mark. That's a real fraudulent character right there. I can go on a field day talking about with Mark. Mark is so damn sorry, bro. You're sorry. You're completely sorry.
So it's all positivity, man. No slander today, okay, guys?
Well, so much for that. Mark is a really special case. He's not like Takamichi who gets beaten up because he's a bum of a character and a bum of a delinquent, but he gets beaten up just enough for me to be like, dang, again? The genre Invincible as a series is going.
Mark gets beat up so bad, bro. And at first I felt bad because it's like, man, his father did him dirt. Bro, I felt bad for him within the first season. But then in the second season, I'm just like, nah, this nigga's sorry. Nah.
Going for it's a more realistic superhero experience for a teenager, so I can't expect him to just win every fight. But the fact still remains that he's gotten beaten up by a lot of people who realistically shouldn't be beating someone up named Invincible. Were there no other names available? Was something like Ultraman taken already? Let's be real. Invincible as a superhero name is extremely misleading considering the fact that I see him with a bloody nose in half of his fights. Imagine seeing the Flash, the fastest man alive, not being able to react to normal speed punches. Oh shoot. I see.
That was a nasty stray. That was a nasty stray.
Other characters lose one fight and get dubbed the fraud afterwards. Some of those allegations need to be directed towards Mark, especially in some parts of season 1 and 2. And it's not—
Nah, not even some parts. All of it, bro. Y'all don't want to hear my fraud takes. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear the fraud takes, bro. I would love to hear it. But Mark, I'm sorry. Mark is a fraud to me. I'm sorry. That, I will say, is fraudulent. Now, like I said, it was in season 1, I was going to give him grace. But nah, season 2, that's when I was just like, damn, you getting beat again? Again? Yes. Name the 3 right now. Name the 3. Name the 3. I would love to know, Babs. Please, I would love to know.
Not even the fact that he lost to a character like Battle Beast. There's no shame.
Another reason why I say Marcus, sorry.
Aiming that. Battle Beast is like the strongest in the verse, and he went against a fairly green Invincible. But zombie robots? That's who's beating you up? Every other episode feels like some random new fighter is beating him up. And before I move on to more slander, if you're enjoying the video and you're new, you might as well subscribe. While I'm on a roll talking about frauds, I might as well bring up the Illuminati. No, wow. I'm talking about the Marvel Illuminati, more specifically, the one from the MCU. This might be the most useless group of people I've ever seen in my life.
Talk about a group of people that was sorry. Talk about a group of people that was sorry. Oh my gosh. And the way how it is, my girl Wanda came through and just decimated the entire, boy, decimated. My girl Wanda came in there. I think, wasn't she barefoot? Wasn't Wanda barefoot during this scene? Like, what she did to Captain Peggy, like, what she did to Peggy was just nasty work, bro. But what she did to, what she did to my boy at the end is just straight, turn that nigga into Swiss cheese, bro. It's insane to me. Imagine someone said Deku was a fraud or All Might because I saw someone on Twitter. Oh my fucking gosh. The King from One Punch? Oh, I agree. Yeah, you think, fair. Fair. No, that's a fair 3. That's a fair 3. Wanda made Mr. Fantastic spaghetti. Nah, turn that nigga into like Swiss cheese, bro. That shit was nuts. Shredded him up. It was like, oh, okay. This what we doing? Boom.
It should be one of the most powerful groups in the entire universe, considering you have Black Bolt and Captain Marvel on the same team. But Reed Richards, one of the
yeah, that's
universe, considering you have Black Bolt and
I'm sorry, but Wanda did you dirt, man. He's like, oh, he can go ahead and do this. The moment it is he whispers anything with his mouth. My girl said, what mouth? And made him go ahead and off himself, bro, in the movie. That was so nuts. I'm like, damn. It's a light 3. I agree. I was like, damn. She made an example out of everybody here, bro. This shit was, I couldn't even be mad at her.
And Captain Marvel on the same team. But Reed Richards, one of the smartest people in the Marvel universe, somehow gave away their biggest advantage with Black Bolt by revealing his powers. And then Black Bolt murks himself? I shouldn't even have to explain why this sequence of events is stupid. Like, this is past plot armor. This might just be bad writing. Then expecting Mr. Fantastic to be able to do something against a determined Scarlet Witch, it's just foolish. To be honest, there's no need to bring up Captain Carter. She's irrelevant. But the real nail in the coffin for this fraudulent group is Captain Marvel dying to a statue. Not some crazy Hexhorn Infinity Stone blast. A statue and some assistance from Wanda killed one of the strongest beings in the universe. I'm being dead serious right now. How much force did she put on this statue to just instantly murk Captain Marvel out of all people? These are textbook examples of frauds. These guys deceived everyone into thinking that they were actually capable and competent enough to stop the strong threats, but they couldn't even neutralize Scarlet Witch when they clearly had.
I told you my girl was barefoot. I told you my girl was barefoot walking into this scene, bro. Barefoot and just destroyed everybody, bro. That is insane to me. I knew that she had to be. I knew she was in there without no shoes. I was just like, hold on. I was like, wait, wasn't my girl barefoot during this scene? Sure was.
The advantage. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Professor X. That's how pathetic he was in the movie. Isn't he supposed to be one of the strongest telepaths in Marvel? He just gets his neck snapped in the mindscape and just rolls over. I guess, man. I guess. There are also characters whose whole gimmick is them being a fraud. Hercule is a great case of this. He deceived people into thinking that he defeated Cell when we know dang well what happened when he tried to fight him.
Oh, there you go, Babs. That's one. That's one of them right here.
That's the whole joke with him. He's very weak compared to the villains in Dragon Ball, but he somehow gets the credit for winning. Fraudulent, but it is funny. And unlike some characters, Hercule's able to box up the average Joe. A character like King is just a regular dude that just skates by because of his luck. This man is an S-class hero, but is incapable of taking down any villain with powers. He don't even know how he got this far. And I'm not even joking. King is quite literally an aura man. Most of the villains he comes across don't attack him because they get
Oh my God, Pac-On?
Scared of his mere presence in King Engine, which by the way, it's just his heart thumping really loud. So he has fake aura too. I can't even say or tell if it's a gag anymore. King might just have luck manipulation at this point. And who can forget our favorite clown, Buggy D Clown, who really went from rags to riches. He went from East Blue Pirate to Warlord to Emperor of the Sea. And low-key, on the surface, Buggy seems like a fraud. Well, actually, it's not seems. He is a fraud. But I don't think his Emperor status is the craziest thing in the world. Let me explain real quick. Considering the fact that he was on Roger's crew and how the world government pays special attention to anyone with association to that crew, it makes a bit of sense why that play a part into his status as a Yonko. Influence plays a big part in what the world government deems as an emperor. You know who else is a fraud? This guy, the guy from Spy Kids. Not sure if y'all watched this movie when y'all were younger, but this bum tricked
Yeah. Talk about a throwback. Yeah, a fraud. Absolute fraud. If y'all did not watch Spy Kids, then y'all need to, because that's a classic movie right there. Now this nigga is indeed a fraud. He said, "All right, don't nod your head. You don't watch One Piece. I told you I watched the important parts of One Piece." I blew. Got packed up 2 minutes of screen time.
Me as a child into thinking he was really like that. He came in all courageous and heroic and even gave everyone hope that they'd win. Then he got all 99 of his lives taken away in an instant. He's a fraud.
Getting all 99 of your lives taken away in such a short period of screen time is funny. It's damn, bro. Fuck.
I'm actually getting angry just thinking about it. Again, more spoilers for JJK, so skip here to avoid them again. But I'd really be doing myself a disservice if I didn't mention this guy. Sukuna, while he was in Megami's body, had short-lived but severe fraud allegations. The case was being built and he was almost the biggest deceiver of all of New Gen manga. If you guys were reading the manga last year around this same time, you know that for like 3 chapters straight, Gojo was putting the pause on this guy Sukuna. I'm talking red back shots wrapping around the building, attempting to 3v1 Gojo and still being on the ropes at times, hollow purple nukes, yelling for Maharaga. Crody even tried throwing fire extinguishers as a means to distract Gojo, and to top it all off, getting black flash so hard that all 4 of your eyes whited out. The memes were actually out of control. Trust me, if it was the other way around, I'd be making this exact segment about Gojo. But we all know how everything ended up, so Kuna ended up clearing the fraud allegations completely. And finally, I wanted to briefly mention Father from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Although I know why he lost, realistically, I feel like
because it is, I'm watching that currently. Because I am watching Full Metal Alchemist currently as of right now. Absolutely.
He had everything going his way to win. He had all the strength and got boxed up by Edward, a teenager. The alchemy we saw him do was out of this world, so him losing was kind of crazy. But the whole point of his character is Father being smart enough to craft this entire plan to get this strong, but too dumb to understand certain aspects of humans to actually succeed. But that's kind of boring to say, so I'm gonna just say he's a fraud. There are way more characters that have a strong case to be considered frauds, but I just wanted to call out some of the nonsense seen in a lot of discourse nowadays, which seems to be a lot more black and white than it should be. The context and circumstance matter a lot in how much of a fraud a character is, which is something many don't consider. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and special thanks if you made it this far. Can't thank y'all enough for this. Also, thank you so much for 90K. 100K is the next stop, I promise y'all. With that being said, have a great day and peace out.
Okay. Hey. The fact it is, hey, listen, Babs literally went 2 for 2 out of that initial 3 it is that he mentioned. Damn, Babs literally just don't miss. Babs don't miss. Wow. But Ola Masama, shout outs to you, gang. Thank you so much for the video. I have a lot of questions to really think it is. Like, people really think Ren Goku and Gojo is some frauds. Like, who are these people, yo? These people. But shout outs to you, gang. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home. I would love to know who it is you think it is your top fraudulent characters, either with an anime, a TV show, a movie, whatever the case may have be. But until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next video.